Okay, now, how can all of that pain and suffering really actually transform into joy and happiness? I know this is the whole course. That's like some total question, of how. My question to you is, how does it show up for you? And I know this, we've talked about this before. This is you gotta ask it again and ask it again. It's like repeating a positive thought in your head to really get it to hold. You have a new thought pattern in your mind. Address this question: how can removing the sword and purging it and healing the wound and really reclaiming play, how does that show up in your life with joy and happiness? Okay? How are you literally doing it? How does it show up in your life? A fun way to look at it is, to kind of dive back in a little bit. We're not diving back in. Let's just dive back with, a little look. See, let's look into that well of all the yuck where we came from, right? Did you have somebody in your life in that trauma and drama, abuse cycle tell you, "You ugly piece of dirt, you'll never do nothing. You're not a dancer. Your face is long. You look awful. You're ugly." You know what I'm saying? Oh wait, is that the stuff I heard? No. So look at that. Again, we're not going back there, but just hey, look back in that, little pit of well of yuck. And what'd you hear? What did you hear? That was the whole negative stuff that was, now you can see that person telling you all this stuff was totally wounded by the sword. That's all their stuff. But sadly, we take it in and we listen to it. This is a perfect time to look at oh yeah, I was told that I couldn't dance or whatever. Perhaps your sword transforms into, some kind of dance move, Maybe you really should go take sword fighting lessons. You have a horrible voice, you sound terrible, whatever that other people were putting into your mind. What is it? What can you do to transform that into joy and happiness? To look down back in there, what was that? What are all this stuff that other people were telling you? And how can you take that and transform it into joy and happiness? It's a perfect little exercise. Talk amongst yourselves. Work it in your workbook. Really think about it. Oh yeah, I'm not such a bad dancer. Or I could so act, for example. Think about it. Think about it. Oh yeah. The sword is going to become my pen, and I'm going to write a book about this. Whatever. Just think about it. I know we've talked about this before, but we're just getting it in there, where you're really oh yeah, my sword is my paintbrush. Oh yeah, I get it. Or my sword is my, whatever. I'm fabulous. Do, 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 do. Right. Think about it.